Most videos about earning money online for free are either outdated, unrealistic, or they just try to sell your course. So in this video, I will show you 10 legit ways you can earn money without spending a dime. And these methods actually work. They are completely free to start and you don't need any experience. You don't need to buy any course or anything like that. And number 7 is one most people have no idea about, but it definitely has some great potential. So make sure you stick around to see all the opportunities so you can find the best for you. In case you don't know, my name is Mikael, and on this channel here I test side hustles so you don't have to waste your time on things that don't work. And everything I share here is based on real experience and not just hype. So in this video here I will be showing you 10 legit ways to earn money without any investment at all. And some of them are just great for quick extra cash, and others they can potentially grow into something bigger if you stick with them. And I'll break down how each of the options work, what you can realistically expect to earn, and who each option is best suited for, so you can find which ones fit your goals, your experience, and everything the best. So let's just get to it. So before going over the options I want to show you, I just want to talk a little bit about the earning potential so you know exactly what to expect. Because as mentioned, some of these methods, they are some you can get started with right away, start earning right away even also, but then usually the earning potential is also not huge. Most of the methods I will show here are actually just methods to earn some extra money on the side. They are not a way to build a full-time income or anything like that. There are a few of them that can grow into something bigger potentially, but overall these are side hustles, free methods to start earning where you can get started very easily and start right away. And I'll show you many different methods, so then you can also choose different options, so it just keeps being interesting and more fun to earn also. So you can just join as many options I'll show you, and or as few as you want to. That's completely up to you. So let's just get to the list. So when we talk about free ways to earn some extra money, we have to talk about paid surveys. And if you watched my videos before, you know that I've talked about that a lot because it is one of the easiest ways to earn some extra money right away. You can just sign up for the best survey sites in your country. I'll show you in just a bit how to find those. And then you can start answering surveys, questions, and get paid. It's not a way to make a huge amount of money, but it's easy to get started with. And if you join several survey sites, it can be a nice way to earn some extra money depending on where you live. A couple of examples of great survey sites that I've tested is, for example, Branded Surveys. We also have Top Surveys, but as mentioned, the most important thing when it comes to paid surveys is to find the right ones for your location, your country, because what works for me or someone else might not be the best for you depending on where you live. So I manually actually have built out these lists here on my website where I show the best surveys in many different countries here. I keep updating them, I keep testing, I get feedback from hundreds of people all over the world. If your country is not here, then there are not a huge amount of surveys in your country, then you can either go for the international sites or you can choose some of the other options I will talk about here in this video instead. The next option is to train AI or do AI training jobs, and this has become very popular. There are many different platforms. There are some where you can actually get jobs or higher paying long-term gigs, and then there are small platforms where you can just find small kind of data entry type of work, but focused on helping to train AI, where you can just join and sign up and start earning a bit of extra money right away. So which options are best really depends on your preferences. A couple of examples here. Also, I'll show you a few examples for each of the methods I will talk about, and then I will tell you where you can find more information. Also, if you want full list about a specific method, if you want more options or anything like that. But one option here is Pareto, and here you can see you can apply to become an AI trainer. Here you can often find a little bit longer term projects or jobs, so you can earn a little bit more. There's also something like Hive Micro where you will just find small tasks, jobs where you can see categorization, drawing boxes, things like that. So this doesn't pay that much, but it's easier and faster to get started with. But overall, if you want to know more about these options or any other options, then I do have a list also on my website of the best AI training jobs. You can find full tutorials and reviews of the two options there and many others also. So if you think this sounds interesting, then you can also find a link to this list here below this video here. Another great way to make some extra money is gig economy jobs, and And on some of these platforms, you can potentially even grow it into something bigger. Some people are making almost a living from gig economy jobs or apps or platforms, so it is an option. And just to give you an idea about what type of work it is, usually it is in your local area, so it's not online. It's one of the few here where you would actually have to do something physically in your local area. TaskRabbit is an option that will show you just some of the many ways you can do it, but you can see it can become a personal assistant, it can be furniture assembly, it can be help moving, indoor painting, all kind of different things here. It can also be to deliver different groceries, it can be pet sitting. There are many different types of gig jobs, and this is just one example. Also here I do have a list on my website of some of the best platforms that I have come across for this here. There are many different types, so you can kind of just pick and choose depending on what type of jobs you are looking for. Some of them do pay decently, others will not pay you that much, but if you just choose the right option, considering your location, your preferences, all these things, it can definitely build up to some nice extra income. If you spend a lot of time online, then installing passive income apps can also be a great way to earn a bit extra. Usually they don't actually earn you a lot because it will just run in the background, sometimes on your phone, sometimes on your computer, sometimes you can do it on several devices, and then you will just share your unused internet bandwidth in many cases, or in some cases it will track anonymously what websites you're using, the ads you're seeing, and things like this that is used for market research. So whether you feel comfortable about this or not, that really depends on you. One example is Pawns. It's very well known for offering these options. There are other options also like Honeygain. I also have a full video about that. I'll leave a link in the corner here. But in general, I do have a full list also on my website, of course, with the best passive income apps. So I'll also leave a link to that below. Again, you just need to do this with the right expectations. It will not make you a lot. It's one of the options here on this list that will make you the least, but you also don't have to do anything. So if you are online a lot, you can let it run in the background, and then a little bit of extra money once in a while can of course also be nice. So I just want to take a quick second to make you aware that the majority of you watching have actually not subscribed to my channel, and it's a free, easy way to support me and my work so I can keep focusing on creating value-based content like this. So I would really appreciate if you could just take 1 second here to hit the subscribe button and also the like button for this video here. So thanks for that, and then back to the list now. So the next option is to earn crypto for free that you can then use to either trade, or you can invest it in crypto, in the cryptos you believe in the long-term potential of, and then what you can earn now from free platforms can potentially grow into something more. This is of course a little bit more risky because there is no guarantee, so I'm not guaranteeing you that this will give great results. Of course you need to do some research about the different cryptos, especially if you want to trade, but there are many free earning platforms, even some of the ones that I've already mentioned here, where when you earn you can actually choose to withdraw in crypto, so that way you can either then hold on to it if it's a crypto you believe in, or you can trade it if you want to. A couple of examples also of platforms that offer this is, for example, Gemsloot here. It offers to pay out in many different cryptos, including Bitcoin and Solana, and also PriceRipple, one of my favorite get paid to sites, where you can earn in many different ways by doing small online microtasks, and then you can get paid out also in Bitcoin and many other cryptos. So these are just two examples. I also do have a list on my website of the best ways to earn Bitcoin or Ethereum for free. I'll leave links below. I also have for other cryptos. Then you can just go on my website, use the search bar and search for your crypto. I, for example, have of XRP and Solana, Dogecoin and more. So you can go there and check that out if there's other cryptos you are interested in. But as mentioned, you can also just take out the cryptos each of these platforms have, and then you can trade it into something else if there is a particular crypto that you want that these different free online earning platforms are not offering. So this can be a way, if you don't need the money here and now, to potentially grow it into something bigger over time. But again, do your own research so you know the risks and what is involved, but it can definitely be something to consider. So focus groups is another great way to earn some extra money. Sometimes it's in person, other times it is online, and often you can participate in interesting discussions. I have done it quite a few times, and the great thing about it is that it's not only interesting, often you can also earn really nice extra money. Some focus groups are very hard to qualify for because they're looking for very specific type of people or demographic groups or things like that. So just be aware that it's a good idea to join several platforms that offer this. so you have a bigger chance of finding projects you qualify for. But the great thing is when you then qualify, it can really boost your side income. I do have a list on my website of the best online focus groups, so I'll leave a link to that below here also, so you can go and check that out if you think this sounds like the right option for you. So number 7 here is one that most people are not aware of, and one that I find quite interesting, and this can grow into something quite big potentially. Of course, it depends on your effort and everything, but it is to become a ShareTown rep. And ShareTown is a platform where you can actually resell items, or you can get paid to pick up, store and resell like new oversight products. It can be mattresses, it can be furniture, it can be gym equipment, all kind of things from people that are returning it after they bought it, and then you have to pick it up, you have to then resell it, and then you can keep a big part of this profit here, and that is for ShareTown, and you can apply to become a rep. And I also do have a full tutorial of that. I'll leave a link to that below, so you can go and check that out if you want to know more about this. And you can see here that some of the reps are making up to $50 an hour. This is currently only in the US, so just keep this in mind here. And of course, it also requires you to have a vehicle so you can pick up these items here, and also storage space, of course. But if you have that, then this can be a great way to earn by reselling items. If you're interested in more ways to earn by reselling in general, I also do have a video where I talk more about that. I will leave a link in the top corner so you can check that out. If you ever shop online, then the next option here is something you should definitely consider, and that is to join cashback sites, because there are many both apps and websites where you can join, and then when you click the links there to certain shops, then you will be able to shop there as you usually would. It doesn't cost extra anything, but you will earn a percentage of what you buy back into your account, and then you can take that out as cash or gift cards depending on the platforms you are using. Some cashback sites or apps actually even allow you to connect a credit card, so when you shop in physical shops also you will earn cash back. But one example is just my points. This is if you live in the US or Canada, but this is just one example. There are many great cashback sites depending on where you live. I of course also have a full list of the best options like this on my website. If you're more interested in this option, I will leave a link to that below, so you can check that out if you're interested in this. One really great side hustle I enjoy is user testing, and there are quite a lot of great user testing sites where you can sign up and you can then get paid to share feedback. Sometimes where you record your screen and think out loud, other times it can be one-on-one interviews where you give feedback about something. Sometimes it can be to find bugs in new games or new programs. There are many different types of user testing like this. The great thing is that they can pay quite well. Sometimes it can be hard to qualify for some of them, so that's why it's always a good idea to join several user testing platforms. A couple of examples is, for example, user interviews here. And you can see some examples here of the type of tasks they have here. This was actually a focus group in person, but they also have online tasks. You can see sometimes it can pay really well if you end up qualifying. Other times, this one is online there. This only takes 10 minutes, but then you get $10. That's also quite nice. So that's just one example. Another popular user testing platform is just called usertesting.com, where you can also earn some nice extra money when you qualify. I am a member of quite a lot of different user testing platforms because then I will regularly get invited, because as mentioned, it can take some patience. So just joining one, then you will likely not get too many tests. But I also do have a list of the best user testing platforms on my website. I'll leave a link to that below, so then you can check that out and find the ones you want to join if you think this sounds like a great option for you. So the last option I want to talk about is to get paid to be a friend. It sounds a little bit strange. I also thought so when I first heard about it, but there are a few different platforms where you can sign up, and then people are willing to pay you well, in some cases it depends on the platform there, but for example, if we go to one example is papa.com here, where you can see that it health plans and employers connect members and their families to real people for help with companion care, for example, everyday tasks, transportation and more. So this is one option. Another one is one that's called Rent a Friend, where you can see you can earn up to $50 per hour. Of course, there's no guarantee you'll earn this, because people need to be willing to pay that. So you need to look at what people they actually are willing to pay in your local area. It can, for example, be to go out for meals, for concerts, sporting events, and more if they need companion. But be aware, of course, it is to be a friend. There's nothing else going on there. They have very strict rules about that, so just want to make that clear. Personally, this here, particular one here, I find a little bit strange. It's not something for me, but it is an option. I know some people are making decent money like this. Of course, there's a huge competition and need to do it with the right expectations. So I also do have, of course, more information about both of these options here on my website. So if you want to know more details to find out if it's for you, you can also find more information about this. But I just wanted to present it so you have a wide range of opportunities of different methods, and then you can figure out yourself which ones are the best for you. So as you can see, there are quite a lot of different ways to make some extra money. And I have shown you some very different options, some from just sitting at home, starting right away, to where you have to go out and be a little bit more active, where you can then potentially also grow it into something bigger. There is no best method. It all depends on your goals, your interests, your preferences, all these different things. So that's why I presented so many different options. And for each of these methods, there are many different platforms you can join. So you will definitely not run out of tasks if you just make sure to join the best of the options within each category. And I have mentioned throughout this video here also I have more information about the different options, full list, full tutorials, all that on my website. So I'll leave links to this below. So if you're interested in knowing more about them or anything like that before you decide, then you can just check that out. And if you have any questions, any experiences with any of these methods or any other methods, then please just feel free to share it in the comments. I love to hear from all of you, and I make sure to reply to every single comment. Once in a while, there are some people that say why I didn't reply or why the comment get deleted. I just want to make it clear, I am not deleting any comments as long as it's not spam and as long as it's not abusive or anything like that. But sometimes the comment system here can be a little bit tricky, and sometimes a comment can get lost or get deleted without me actually knowing it. So just wanted to make that clear because some people have mentioned this, so just wanted to give an explanation. But anyways, if this video helped you, then also please make sure to give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.